Call me the Burger Queen because I just made a veggie burger better than Burger King. And the crazy part is, I can actually eat this. A couple years ago, I developed a ton of food allergies, including both onions and garlic. Unfortunately for me, these are found in every veggie burger. But should they be? And can you make a good veggie burger without them? That's what we're exploring today.
Out of all my allergies, onions and garlic are the hardest to cook around. They're in everything, and for different reasons. These are what I would call transformative flavors, which means they change how they taste based on how they're cooked, and our substitutes have to change with it.
Garlic is pungent and somewhat spicy when raw, but when cooked, it's milder, somewhat sweet, and adds a great foundation for other flavors. When replacing raw garlic, I like to use red radishes for their spicy bite, but when replacing cooked garlic, I like to use ground cumin.
Now onions go through even more changes. There's raw, cooked, and caramelized. So when we're looking to substitute them, we have to look at even more possibilities.
Raw onions are pungent and spicy. When replacing them, I like to go the same route as I do with raw garlic, using red radishes for their spicy bite. Cooked onions are sweet, almost meaty, and subtle. Often they aren't even used for flavor, but actually to bulk up a dish, like how they're used in a sofrito.
So when substituting cooked onions, it's more about matching texture and the slight sweetness. So I use celery.
Lastly, we have caramelized onions. These are sweet, jammy, and full of flavor. And that flavor is what we focus on. And luckily for us, there's a foolproof substitute out there. Did you know that you can caramelize fennel just like you would caramelize onions? I've shown this before when I recreated the viral French onion pasta using fennel. I'll link that video at the end for anyone who's interested. Now for our veggie patty. I want something with an overwhelming sense of umami, a complex flavor, and that light sweetness that would normally come from cooked onions. That's why we're going to be starting with 1 cup of finely chopped celery. Put that in a large bowl and then add 3 flavor powerhouses. That would be 16 ounces of cremini mushrooms for their umami, then 1 cup of cooked green lentils, and 1 1/4 cups of red kidney beans for their complex and almost meaty flavor. With the base of our patty in place, let's get to seasoning. We're going to be adding 1 teaspoon of ground cumin and 1 teaspoon of salt to replace the garlic salt. Then a 1/2 cup of pistachios for texture. To add a bit of complexity, we're adding 1 teaspoon of dried thyme, a 1/2 tablespoon of nutritional yeast, and 1 tablespoon of vinegar. Or if you're histamine intolerant like me, 1 tablespoon of non-brewed condiment. A bit of black pepper, and a 1/2 cup of oats to bind it all together. Run your mixture through a food processor. Mine is just a little guy, so I'll be doing it in batches, and afterwards I'll give it a good mix. When shaping your patties, make sure to give them a good tight squeeze. Let them know you're there for them and that you're going to do everything in your power to make them a delicious veggie burger. You're going to make them a 1/2 inch thick, refrigerate them for 20 minutes, and then toss them in a 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 191 degrees Celsius oven for 25 minutes. But when that timer goes, don't rush to turn off your oven, because we still need to add our dairy-free or dairy-filled cheese. Leave that in your oven for another 2 minutes so the cheese can melt, during which you can move on to toasting your buns. You're going to need a hot pan with a tiny amount of oil. Then place your favorite burger buns inside and swirl them around. And yes, the swirl is very important. It distributes the oil. Once your buns are nice and toasty, it's time to assemble. Buns, then our mayo, then some mango ketchup. You heard that right, mango ketchup. I'm going to be releasing this recipe next week, so if you don't want to miss out, subscribe. Then we're going to add our veggie patty, some lettuce, another veggie patty. Hey, size matters. Oh gosh, I can't believe I said that, and that this thing is never going to fit in my mouth. I mean, look at I'm just making it worse. Now to enjoy this veggie burger the way it's meant to be enjoyed, with a complete and utter lack of grace. Is there food all over my face? Ugh. Whatever. Check out this recipe where I recreated the viral French onion pasta using fennel. From my kitchen to yours, eat happy.